Hi Libra, welcome. It's Meredith. I am here to do your monthly reading for August 2018. I am using the Tarot of Trees deck for the reading, and I'm doing it a little different this month. I've pulled 2 cards for each week of the month, so we're going to go through each week. Don't forget to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. And I apologize for the bad lighting. There's not much I can do about it at the moment. I've had a technical difficulty I cannot fix at the moment. So I hope you can see it well enough. Let's get started. We're going to jump right in, see what's on the bottom of the deck for you. Okay, well, 10 of Swords. It's a very dramatic card. But it's the end of a cycle, so that's promising. It's air, it's Mercury and Virgo. It's endings, stress, shock, something no longer relevant. It indicates a fallen master. And it also indicates the acceptance of an ending or feeling really drained. But the saving grace on the card, if you look in here, there's this nice yellow, which means that there's something new on the horizon for you. This is a complete departure from a way of being. It's about you making way for new possibilities. It's releasing stress, releasing frustration, and it's transitioning into new beginnings. So, as dramatic as the card is, 10 swords in your back, usually. We see a person pinned to the ground with 10 swords here. As dramatic as that is, it's actually favorable for you. So this tells me, Libra, that you've been feeling this for a while. And my guides are saying there's been a level of frustration for you. Long-term frustration within your own relationship to yourself. And you have made strides, you've made progress, you've done a lot of spiritual journey healing work. And the dedication to that is paying off. So let's see what's coming up in your first week of August. The Lovers. Hey, that's not bad, Libra. And since you're ruled by Venus, there's a little extra oomph to that card. It's air, Gemini, it's love and relationships. The Lovers is usually about making a decision. This relates nicely to the 10 for me because this is reinforcing what I just said, that you've made a decision to do things differently. You've had enough of the situation and you've brought it to an end because you're looking to the horizon for something better. So, decision made. Good for you. Archangel Raphael is on this card too. So there's healing energy and plenty of it available to you. There's a new partner or a new career or new opportunities. And the message of the Lovers card is definitely to follow your heart. True love is available to you. The true love within your own relationship to self too. It's not just with a beloved. If you are entering into a beloved relationship, you are much more emotionally available because these days are over on the 10. And your new partner is emotionally available as well. Okay, let's see what goes with it. Oh, 10 of Cups. Perfect, Libra. Good job. Another completion card. You have 2 10s right there. That's beautiful. 10 of Cups is water. Mars in Pisces. It's prosperity, joy, contentment, dreams coming true, fulfillment of dreams, goals, desires, passions. So getting the Lovers with the 10 of Cups, this does speak to a beloved relationship, and it's one that you will not only celebrate fully, you will thrive and thrive and thrive. And that will be equal between you and your partner. Lots of thriving there. I'm happy for you. Togetherness, relationships built on stability and trust. Rewarding, supportive relationships, family relationships grow stronger, more fulfilling. There's peace and harmony within your circle of friends. Gosh, that's beautiful. All right. Do we need to go on, Libra? Do we even want to turn over other cards? Oh, let's see what we get, though. Second week. The Fool, a new beginning, a fresh start. That's awesome. Backing up your first week. That's air, Uranus. It's beginnings. And the message on this card is it's never too late to begin anew and follow your heart's desire. So follow your heart here. Follow your heart here. A new horizon here. A new destination. The end of an era. Fulfillment, completion. This is awesome. It's optimism. It's fresh perspective. Plenty of opportunity to start over in work, in relationships, and having an excitement at the prospect of a new way of living. Yeah, because you put the 10 behind you, that 10 of Swords. You needed a new way of being, Libra. And you're feeling ready to explore and discover. And things that you start now go very well. That's another message of the Fool. An important message of the Fool, too, is to look before you leap. Take a risk. Take the leap of faith, but look first. Don't just do it blindly. That's what got you in trouble before. That's just life experience. It's not really trouble, it's life experience. Draw on it, Libra. Let's see what goes with it in the second week. The Death card. That's simultaneous endings and beginnings, which we are seeing here. There's new beginning energy in the Lovers. There's new beginning energy in the Fool. There's endings, fulfillment, completion in the 10s. Then you get the Death card. So that's transformation. It's total transformation. Water, Scorpio, transformation and change. You know, there's a deep ripple effect to the changes that you've made here on this 10 of Swords. So you will continue to experience that ripple effect for a while. And my feeling of it is it'll be done with faith and gratitude. When you were in this, as each 10 was sort of sinking into your self-mastery and forcing you to look at things that were really difficult, the degree of pain, frustration, stagnation, feeling blocked, that was intense. Trying to get out of your own head space and into your heart space, very intense. And the ripple effect of that work is going to carry on for a long time because each one of these swords will revisit you. That's just the way of things. And you know that to be true by reflecting on past experience. However, you now have the skills, talents to navigate it way better and communicate about it and do the healing work that's necessary. So you can find that in the Death card too. The Death card also speaks to a break with the past. From relationships and friendships that no longer worked or were satisfying, there's a sense of release and relief. Some of you, very specific to some of you, this is divorce and separation, and you're glad for it. And for a lot of you, it's ending amicably. Not when you were in the middle of it. That was a mess. But now it seems things are much more amicable. You and your former people, former partners, are ready to move on. So there's joy, there's grace, there's willingness, acceptance. That's really good. All right, let's see what's in your third week. Oh, reversed 4 of Cups. All right. The 4 of Cups can be a very difficult card. Upright, its message is focusing too much on the past and not seeing the gift of what's being offered to you right now. When it's in reversed, there's this feeling of not knowing what you want. Seeing the gifts in front of you, but not knowing what direction you want to go in. And I'm going to relate this yet again to the 10 of Swords because, Libra, as you're feeling free from this, that freedom might be a little overwhelming. Like, what do I pick? What do I stare at? What do I aim at? I've been so long in one situation that it's hard for me to see the options and opportunities before me. So you may be experiencing that. I'm going to share a little story for you. I spoke with someone recently in a private reading who is newly married, so she's a newlywed. And she said that she spent the last year and a half planning her wedding. And now that the wedding has come and gone and she's so happy to be with her beloved, there's no doubt about that, she's feeling this void in her life because of all the time that was filled by tending details and plans for so long, for such a major life event. And it's kind of the Four of Cups reversed is that situation. You know, let's say, for example, on that Ten of Swords, Libra, you've been dealing with the details of, let's say, ending a marriage. And there was a lot to go through, a lot to sort out. And now that you're free of that, and it looks like you're bringing in a new beloved relationship, there's almost I intuitively feel a sense of anxiety, maybe even a little bit of frustration here for the amount of time that you now have that isn't filled with all this. So take this third week as an opportunity to get creative. Spend some time with some of your friends, maybe some people you haven't seen in a while and you want to reconnect with. Get into your art or your crafts. Find something to fill the time and let it be simple and joyful and rewarding to your heart space. Get into your heart space and start rewriting the now moments for yourself. Let's see what goes with it. Nine of Swords. Okay, reversed as well. That's interesting. You know, Nine of Swords is the 3 a.m. card. This is staying up at night worrying over stuff. And I do feel, this is really appropriate with that Four of Cups, actually. This is how much it's actually bothering you, Libra. Like, it could be keeping you awake at night. So, my guides are saying, they're inviting you to be a little more active. Put out a little bit more energy during the day toward your own well-being. And as I had just mentioned, get into some art or craft that is fulfilling to you, that's loving and kind to you. And also be present with these feelings. Don't avoid them. Libra, you're really good at being busy, actually. You're great multitaskers. Listening to my guides. The Nine of Swords reversed is not what one would think. We'd think, okay, that means all 9 swords there are falling out. They're not. They're actually amplifying the feeling in reverse. So when we see a card in reverse, we think, oh, the opposite is true of that card. If the Four of Cups is ambivalence and ignoring gifts in front of you, it means that we are completely engaged and totally seeing the gifts in front of us. That's not the case. No, it's meaning that we're a bit spoiled for choice and don't know how to make a decision, and that gets frustrating. Nine of Swords we see sitting up at night being worried, fretting, stressful. We think, well, it's in reverse there. I'm getting sleep. I'm not worried. I'm not stressful. The opposite there is true. It's amplified stress when it's in reverse. So, Libra, this is a time for you to take really good care of yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally. This is definitely a time for you to connect with people you know, love, and trust. This is also a time for you to communicate very clearly in this new beloved relationship, if you're in one, and talk about how you feel without drama. Just be real about it and say, you know what, this is how I feel. It kind of sucks right now, but I'm doing self-care. And really do the self-care. Let's see about your 4th week. 8 of Cups. Good. You're going to recover from that quickly and move on from it just as quickly. That's water. It's Saturn in Pisces. It's departure and change. It's having the emotional intelligence through a time of restlessness. 4 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Knowing that something's missing. 4 of Cups. Yeah. And then life circumstances appearing harmonious from the outside, but having your intuition nag you on the inside. 9 of Swords. So you're moving on from that in the 4th week. So recovery from that is quick. You know, if you do the work, if you do the healing, if you communicate clearly. You've left a situation that was no longer fulfilling, Ten of Swords. You're taking your leave of it. There might still be some sadness, but there's no regret there. And you're beginning to go with the flow a lot better. Maybe through self-expression, sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone you know, love, and trust, brings about a sense of contentment with your achievement for how far you've come, how much effort it took to settle all of this over here. You know, emotionally, you left that situation on the Ten of Swords a long time ago, and now you've done it physically. This could also mean the Eight of Cups. It could mean a vacation or travel. And so perhaps that's just what you need at the end of the month to separate yourself a bit. You know, get away, have some new scenery, change of scenery. You could do that by taking a hike. Go swimming, go to the beach, do something different from the daily routine. And then look at this. You have the Four of Wands. You're building a new foundation. You're on a much more stable foundation. That's fire, Venus, and Aries together. There's freedom in this card, creativity, happiness on the home front. I really do think the 3rd week you're going to dig in and find a way to soothe and nurture yourself. The other day, in a daily reading, I shared a self-nurturing technique called nurturing pose, which is to put your left hand over your heart and your right hand over your solar plexus, just like you might hold an infant, and nurture yourself. Channel love to yourself. And you might need that in the 3rd week, but doing that for yourself gives you the blessing of what's in the 4th week, which is the ability to move on, let go, surrender into the flow of building your new foundation. So do the work, Libra. It's worth it. Okay, do I want to clarify anything here? I do. I'm going to use the Chuck Spezzano cards. I'm going to clarify your reversed Four of Cups. Is there any more enlightenment we can have on the Four of Cups? Yeah, look, fear. You're processing out some fear, and the shadow there looks pretty huge, but it's probably something very small. It just seems big, especially if you're awake with it in the middle of the night. Let's see if there's anything else to clarify on the Four of Cups in reverse. Falling in love. You're having some uncertainty here on that Four of Cups. It's okay. Just be kind, compassionate, and loving with yourself. There may be some fear. You know, you have the Fool over here saying take a leap of faith. You've got the Lovers there saying there's a new beloved relationship here. You've got the Ten of Swords telling you you've ended a very challenging time. So there may be some fear, some trepidation with you, Libra, that you're going to have a repeat experience in this new beloved relationship. Guaranteed you will not if you communicate to your beloved clearly, if you do the work spiritually. The only way to repeat those experiences is to do nothing and to let them grow out of control and become this shadow here that looks overwhelming. So talk about it. Get proactive with it. Don't ignore it. Communicate clearly, because you have the Death card. This is transformation and change. And real transformation comes from doing things different. I'm now going to clarify your Nine of Swords in reverse. Let's see if there's some more enlightenment for us on that card. What more can we know? This is you second-guessing yourself, Libra. There's real joy here in these new experiences, this leap of faith, these changes. And that Ten of Swords is so profound. that there is, you know, true anxiety, maybe even a little bit of panic there. So you're sitting up at night rehashing the old. You require more love, not less, Libra. You require real compassion from your own self. You require loving kindness. Do the nurturing pose. Ask your guides and your angels to come in and support you. Talk about how you're feeling. Allow yourself to be supported by those who are in your life that you know, love, and trust. It's okay to reach out and say, I feel vulnerable here. My courage is not what it once was at the moment. And just allow yourself to be nurtured by the people who love you too. Is there anything else we can know on the Nine of Swords? You might be feeling a little self-conscious too. You're feeling vulnerable. And self-consciousness falls under that umbrella too. Okay. Same message applies. Reach out for help and take steps to make improvements where you require improvements. You can do that work. You can do that for yourself. That's your gift to you. All right, I'm going to leave that there. We're going to move on to our Doreen Virtue Angel Answers. Libra, this is your opportunity to ask a question just like we do in the dailies. I'm going to pull at least 3. Sometimes we get more. Okay, here we go. Look at this. No need to worry. You know what? It's already settled. My guides are saying on this 10 of Swords, your worst day is already behind you. And you survived it. And you have all this goodness. You have the 10 of Cups, for goodness sake. You have simultaneous endings and beginnings. You have a stable foundation. You found the endurance, and you found the grit to move on. And you discovered you can take a leap of faith. So there's no need to worry. Next card. Ask your angels. So the cards are repeating me. You need support, call on your angels. If it's the middle of the night and you can't call anyone, call on your angels. Invite them. My guides remind me they require the invitation. We can't interrupt our free will, but they will respond to our invitation. So if it's the middle of the night and you're sitting there in nurturing pose and you're still trembling like a leaf on a tree and you need more help, call them, ask them, invite them to help you. Ask them to help you achieve your highest and greatest good in every moment. Ask them to help you heal what needs healing. Last card. Forgiveness. Forgive yourself and forgive everyone else. It's a beautiful gift you can give just to you, right in your heart space. Okay, now we're going to do an affirmation card from the Universe Has Your Back deck. What is the highest and greatest affirmation? And you could chant this in the middle of the night if you've got a Nine of Swords moment going on. What is the highest and greatest affirmation for Libra through the month of August? Here we go. Thank you, Universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perception so that I can see what is of the highest good. What did I just say? As I throw the card. Yeah, ask your angels to help you achieve the highest and greatest good in every moment. The highest and greatest healing, highest and greatest support, your highest and greatest truth. Blessings to you, Libra. This was difficult. This is your reward. The Lovers, this is your reward. Moving on, the Fool, all reward. Four of Wands, reward. Death, reward. So you might have some tough nights ahead of you still, but you can do it. You've got tools right here. Refer to this reading. That's another thing you can do in the middle of the night. No one's going to stop you from watching your YouTube reading if you're having a rough night. And maybe this message is one worth hearing more than once. My love and blessings to you, Libra. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate that. If you would like to book a private reading, you can do that in the description box below. And don't forget to watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs so you get a full snapshot of your whole month of August. Bye for now.